22-4. Notice of the date, time, place, and purpose of this hearing was published in the Coleman Times, the Tuscaloosa News, the Call News, and the Montgomery Advertiser on January the 24th, 2024. Copies of the certifications of these publications are submitted for the record as Exhibits C1 through C4. In addition, on January the 19th of 2024, the department caused the same notice to be sent to approximately 2,382 individuals and organizations requesting notice of rulemaking. A list of those individuals and organizations are marked and submitted as Exhibit C5. A copy of the proposed rules was filed with the Administrative Procedure Division of the Legislative Service Agency, and a copy was furnished to the Joint Committee on Administrative Regulation Review on January the 17th, 2024. A copy of the notice was also published in the Alabama Administrative Monthly, Volume 42, Issue 4, on January the 31st, 2024. These facts are attested to by Ophni Latham, Director of the Legislative Service Agency, by affidavit, which is submitted for the hearing record as Exhibit C6. Copies of the proposed rules have been available for inspection by the public at the ADEM field offices in Birmingham, Mobile, and Decatur, and the ADEM office here in Montgomery. The proposed regulation changes have also been available on the ADEM internet site at adem.alabama.gov. A copy of the proposed rules is submitted for the hearing record as Exhibit B1. A copy of the summary of reasons supporting adoption of the rules is submitted for the hearing record as Exhibit B2. This hearing is being conducted to provide the public an opportunity to present data, views, questions, and arguments on the proposed rules. It is open to the public, and anyone wishing to present oral testimony or a written statement may do so. Persons who have not previously advised the hearing officer of their intent to give oral testimony should complete a registration card and present it to the representative at the registration table. All verbal and written comments received today and during the public notice period will become part of the hearing record. The information in the record will be used in evaluating the proposed rules. Lengthy statements containing considerable technical or other significant data should be submitted for the record in writing. Summaries of such statements may be presented orally today. All testimony and written statements should be as factual as possible and should address the subject of this hearing. This hearing is not intended to be a question and answer session, and persons giving testimony will not be subject to questioning by the public. They may, however, be questioned by the hearing officer or any other representative of the Department of Environmental Management to clarify points and to develop a better understanding of the information being presented. We will now proceed to the principal purpose of today's hearing, the receipt of public comments. I would ask that each person making a statement please step to the podium right up front here. State your name and any interest or organization that you represent. The hearing is being recorded by a court reporter, and a transcript will be included in the public record. I am requesting that everyone limit their comments to 5 minutes, since I have asked for lengthy statements to be submitted in writing. The order of appearances of persons giving oral testimony will be as follows. First, a representative from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management, then public officials, then members of the public in the order they filed registration cards to give oral testimony. Then I'll call on anyone who didn't file a registration card. I will now call on Jason Wilson, Chief of the Solid Waste Branch of the Land Division, to present a statement on behalf of the Department of Environmental Management.
Good morning. My name is Jason Wilson, and I'm the Chief of the Solid Waste Branch of the Land Division of the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. I'm going to provide a brief summary of the reasons supporting the proposed revisions to the ADEM Administrative Code Division 4 Scrap Tire Program. Under the provisions of the Alabama Environmental Management Act, Section 22-22A, Code of Alabama, 1975, as amended, the Department of Environmental Management was given the authority to adopt rules, regulations, and standards in order to carry out provisions and intent of Chapter 22A. The Administrative Procedures Act, Section 41-22-4, requires each agency to adopt rules of practice setting forth the nature and requirements of all formal and informal procedures available. Revisions to the ADEM Administrative Code, Division 335-4, Scrap Tire Program, are being proposed to provide updates to the existing language to include the use of the department-approved electronic system, amend definitions and record-keeping and reporting requirements, update remediation plan requirements, clarify registration and permitting, management of tire materials, requirements for scrap tire receivers, processors, and transporters, and overall updates for clarity and consistency. In addition, rules were added for the end-use market development program and procedures for variances. The purpose of today's hearing is to provide an opportunity to receive public comment regarding the revisions as noted. The department welcomes your input to this process and will consider all technical comments prior to making a final decision concerning the revision of these regulations. The department will also provide a response to each comment and to those requesting specific notice of our decision. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any elected officials present? Let the record reflect that we had no response. Okay, next I have one registration card. Do we have anybody else that's registered? Any other cards? Okay, at this time I will call on Stratton Curtin to come forward. Okay, state your full name and who you are here to represent, if anyone other than yourself.
Absolutely. Stratton Curtin with Liberty Tire Recycling, here on behalf of David Cannon, who's our regional vice president who runs operations in the area. So I've already submitted written comments, so I will keep my oral remarks brief. But I just want to say, one, thank you for letting us be here today and for the opportunity to comment on the proposed rules. So Liberty Tire Recycler is the largest tire recycler in North America, and we collect tires in all 50 states, and we have facilities in more than 30 states, including all of the states around Alabama, and we hope soon in Alabama as well. But so our comments are essentially three, two clarifying and one support. The first one is on the section regarding down equipment. Our comment is just clarifying remarks, which we believe would be in the intent of the rule, which is that currently it states if an equipment's down for 14 days that the flow of tires have to stop, and our clarification request is that it's only if it affects the facility's ability to continue the flow as outlined within their permits and all applications that should happen. Our second one is on financial assurance. We support robust financial assurance. Our only request is that the department would consider including a corporate financial test, which is recognized in other parts of the code as part of the application for tire processors. And then finally, our third one is simply to say we support the in-market development as outlined in Chapter 10. You know, this is a proven system that drives economic development, job creation, and moves tires to a higher and better end use as well. So those are our comments, and happy to answer any questions if there are any.
I understood that you don't have a facility in Alabama currently?
Not currently, but we do pick up tires in Alabama right now.
Okay. Other than pick up tires in Alabama, do you have any other tire-related activities?
We have customers in Alabama. We do everything from pick up tires, process, and sell products. So everything from crumb rubber to molded goods. So you can pick up some of our goods in Walmart stores or Costco's, and we also do rubber modified asphalt, and I know we have at least one project with the State Parks Department.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have anyone who would like a chance to complete a card or would like to come forward and make a statement at this time? Okay, let the record reflect that there were not any responses to my request. Final hearing record will include a transcript of this hearing, all written submissions and exhibits, and a response by the department to each relevant comment received by the hearing officer before 5 p.m. today, Thursday, March 21st, 2024, at the ADEM office here in Montgomery. After consideration of all oral and written comments, the department will make a determination regarding possible revisions to the proposed rules and prepare a response to all relevant comments received. When a final decision has been made, the department will forward the final draft of the proposed rules as may be revised, the hearing record, and if conflicting views are submitted, a concise statement of the principal reasons for and against adoption of the proposed rules and the reasons for overruling any considerations urged against their adoption to the Environmental Management Commission for its consideration and possible adoption. Once complete, this record will be available for public inspection in the office of the Alabama Department of Environmental Management here in Montgomery. I want to thank everyone for their attendance and participation in today's hearing, and this will adjourn today's hearing. This for you, Haygood.